I'm Tara Betts, and this is Erin Pennell. And our writing came out of a session where we talked about hair, and my poem is called Insistent.
My piece is an excerpt from a short story called Melted Ice Cream, and it's called Girl with the Magazine. Okay. After waiting an entire half an hour for the 6th train to come, I must admit I felt a spark of relief. I felt satisfied for 10 whole seconds before the sad clown kicked back in, making me wonder if the pissy train station aroma had somehow seeped itself into my skin. I took a seat at the end of the last car where it would be less crowded. The scratched up, vandalized window where apparently Lola, aka Nutcracker, had been, gave some support to my tired head. Across from me sat a girl of about 14 with a tolerable case of acne. Her jeans were so tight, they squeezed her waistline, creating a major muffin effect, and a tight shirt that looked 3 sizes too small and said 100% hottie in big sparkling letters. Whenever she lifted up her flabby arm to scratch the tip of her nostril, I could see her belly button and an unimpressive scar come out of hiding. It didn't surprise me that she was skimming through the most recent edition of Cosmo Girl. There's Kirsten Dunst on the front page, showing off her prize-winning America's Little Sweetheart smile with promises of telling us all about her being the oddball of child stars. That, surrounded by sentences such as, "Are you a nerdy hot or a party girl hot? Take our quiz and find out." And how to make your hair grow faster before prom night. I looked down at the ends of my own hair, long and shiny like a Native American princess. For a split second, I was about to float up into the clouds, imagining all of the girls who wished they had hair like mine. But then I was savagely yanked down by powerful feminist forces. This long, shiny hair takes at least 4 hours from my day. I realized me and approximately 99% of these other Venusins would be better off bald. With the amount of time they spend straightening, curling, perming, and burning, they could be finding a cure for AIDS or thinking of ways to free the tigers in the zoo. I'll admit, the hair on my head triggers those feminine moments where I want to pose cat-like on the kitchen counter and kiss the mirror. But what about the hair on my upper lip? Or the hair on my chin? Not to forget the hair in my ass. Won't there always be something to complain about? It all dawned on me at that moment. If beauty is in the eye of the beholder, why give in to any form of vanity? Why not burn all of these dead strands of protein, which will one day cease to stay brunette with a slight shade of rose red? Perhaps this girl with her magazine is a sign for me to chop away this useless, superficial mop. I felt the gloom evaporating, being replaced by tingling hope. I had new purpose in life, and it was to forget my physical appearance completely and find truth. I had the key to the door of the universe. No more being insecure and envious and hoping to become a bitch like Glenn Close's character in Dangerous Liaison. The blocks of ice on top of my heart were being carried away, and I was free. The train came to a stop at 20th Street. The girl with the magazine got up to leave, but before she stepped through the closing doors, while pulling down her t-shirt, I shouted, "Hey, why don't you find a talent?" She looked in my direction looking startled. I realized, even though I meant to sound kind, I sounded offensive, and I couldn't believe I sounded so insensitive to a stranger who probably cried herself to sleep wishing she were in another body. Before I could apologize, she answered, "Mind your own damn business, you fucking ugly bitch." The train doors closed, and I felt guilty knowing that I had just ruined someone's day.
Insistent. Too many people think it's all about embracing it, all its hues, but no one rests their glance on the undesirables. The shock of gray at the temples, the creeping curls taunting bikini lines, stray invaders huddled above each corner of the mouth hoping to mustache or even worse, the random devil poking its triumphant spear through a chin. Hormones laugh in our blood, playing handball with the hard rubber of our feminine dreams. Some of us bounce back to reality, shave our heads or wear a hat to save moments we could spend reading, writing, studying DNA strands, building, loving, dancing, praying, fighting for our dreams, struggling against the boulder of war, being better mothers, teaching, carrying groceries, anything except worshiping at an altar constructed from a growing pile of disposable razors, wax strips, dye, and tweezers. The insistent inch against our skin, the interrupted line of our clothes, the underarm defiance of deodorant speaks. Our hair forges on relentless, while removal occupies our heads with blueprints, hairless in strategic places, blonde in others. Smooth sugar plum fairies of ourselves dance some airbrush dream, and you think about the turn and flip of dead cells pushing out of scalp.